One of the coolest pieces of software available on Linux is distrobox. What is distrobox? Well, it allows you basically to have these containers of various Linux distributions that you can install packages from that distribution's repositories, but you can use those packages, those programs on your existing installation, almost like they're a standalone program, almost like they're a native program on your computer. Now, typically distrobox, it's a command line application, but there is a nice graphical front end. There's a GUI to it called BoxBuddy, and I'm going to install BoxBuddy today here on my Cache OS machine. And I think right now this is an appropriate topic because of what is going on with Arch and all of the Arch-based distributions because of the malware that was found recently in the AUR. People are asking, hey, what can I use to install some of these AUR packages other than the AUR? Well, one thing you can do if that package you need that is only in the AUR, not in the standard Arch repos, well, if it's in the repos of another Linux distribution, you can install it via BoxBuddy/distrobox. So let's go ahead and get this installed. I'm going to switch over to my desktop and let me open a terminal here and I'll make it full screen. I'm going to zoom way in. Now on mainline Arch, BoxBuddy is not in the repos. BoxBuddy is in the AUR, and you could install it from the AUR if you want. It's in the chaotic AUR. Cache, I think, has it in the repos. If it's in the repos, for example, on a cache system, you could do a pacman-S BoxBuddy. Also install Podman along with it. That's one of the dependencies. Now for me, because I think the point of this video is to avoid the AUR right now, I think that's what a lot of people are wanting to do, I'm actually going to install it as a Flatpak. So for Flatpak, you need to go and grab the command for it. It's Flatpak install name of package, in this case Flatpak install flathub, name of repo, and then the name of package, which is io.github.dvlv.boxbuddyrs. I know, kind of a convoluted kind of package name, but that's the way Flatpaks work. Let me go ahead and run that. I don't already have this installed, by the way, on this computer. This is the first time I'm installing BoxBuddy on this machine, so be interesting to see how this goes live. If I run into any issues, though, you guys get to see me solve those issues here on camera. All right, and that installed just fine. I do know that regardless of how you install BoxBuddy, you do need to add your user to a Docker group because this does use Docker containers. So let me do it. Sudo user mod dash lowercase a capital G. We're going to add our user to the Docker group, and I could specify DT as the user, but in this case I'll do this. The $user command is the user you're currently logged in as, so that will work not just for me but also you guys as well. Let me get my sudo password here. Docker does not exist. I don't have Docker installed on this machine yet, so let's actually sudo pacman-S. Let me go ahead and get Docker, and let me actually go ahead and get Podman as well. Both are in standard repos here, so let me go ahead and take a second to download all of that. And now that that's installed, let me up arrow and rerun, adding my user to the Docker group. Now that works as expected. Now let me just test if BoxBuddy actually runs. I'm going to go to an empty workspace, and can I launch BoxBuddy? Yeah, it is there. So our Flatpak install worked just fine. Distrobox, it says distrobox is not found. Well, it's a container, you know, and a lot of times I assume containers are going to install a lot of the dependencies, but in this case, because I didn't have Docker or Podman or distrobox, any of that installed on the system, I need to actually go and install all of this on the system. So let me go ahead and also add distrobox. So make sure you have Docker, Podman, distrobox, and now let me go back, close this, and now relaunch BoxBuddy, and no boxes. Okay, so now it's working, but we don't have any boxes yet, but I could click the plus here to create a box. And this is pretty simple to understand. You go and you find an image, in this case, and you've got Alma, Alpine, Amazon, Arch, Bazzite, CentOS, Crystal, Debian, you know, find whatever it is you're trying to install. For me, I think I'm going to let's install the latest Fedora, since I'm on it here, Fedora 43. And yeah, I think that's good. I can give this box a name, this distro box. I'm going to call it, well, I'll just call it Fedora 43. I think that's all I need here. You could give it a more descriptive name, especially if you have multiple Fedora 43 boxes for different kinds of applications. Now that is interesting. It created the distro box, but when it launched it, it launched a terminal that should, be the distro box. The terminal crashed immediately. If I click open terminal, yeah, it just crashes immediately. Now I have run into this problem before with DistroBox and with BoxBuddy. I do have BoxBuddy on my home computer, and I believe that is a user ID problem. So I'm actually going to go back up here to the terminal that I had zoomed in. I'm going to paste this command. I had this in my notes, but I'm going to do a sudo usermod, and we're going to add sub UID. So we're going to add all of this group of IDs, this range of user IDs, and add sub group IDs. So user IDs, group IDs in this range to $ who am I, my user, basically. I'm going to go ahead and run that, and let's see if that now allows me to actually open DistroBox. Doesn't seem that fixed it. Let me kill BoxBuddy and just relaunch it. I may actually have to reboot the machine. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do a reboot. So let me actually do a fresh reboot, because a lot of times when you install this stuff, a reboot is going to be required. And actually, before I reboot, I'm reviewing my notes. It recommends me run this command here, podman system migrate, and do that before I reboot. Let me reboot and I'll be right back. All right, and I rebooted the machine. Let's see now, after a fresh reboot, if BoxBuddy works as expected. Here is the Fedora 43 box. Let's open the terminal, and it is still crashing on us. I wonder, what is the problem here? I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that we installed it via Flatpak. It's in a container. Let me just ask Gemini. I installed BoxBuddy as a Flatpak on Arch Linux, but the boxes I create instantly crash. I know people, some people have a problem with AI. I'm going to show you why AI is amazing, because it hasn't even helped me fix my problem yet, but I bet it will. So let's see what Gemini recommends. Okay, Podman system migrate. Now I already did this. It also recommends the mapping, which I had already done that as well. And it says, if Podman's causing the issue within the Flatpak sandbox, switching to Docker usually resolves the crash. So go into config distrobox distrobox.conf and make sure we have container _ manager equals Docker. Well, let's try that. So let me go to a new workspace and make this full screen, and let me vim, and then the path was config distrobox distrobox.conf, which is empty, and then the line I need to add container _ manager equals Docker. So let's add that, and then let me write that, and then let's see, adjust Flatpak permissions. I don't think we need to do that, but now that I've added the container manager equals Docker, I need to start Docker. Sudo systemctl start Docker. So let's actually do that. So let's do a sudo systemctl start Docker. And I need to type my sudo password correctly. And now let's go kill BoxBuddy and restart the BoxBuddy. No boxes. Well, let's create a new one again. So let's go and create our Fedora 43 BoxBuddy here now. Fedora 43. Create. And let's see if it actually installs correctly and actually launches for us. And it actually works this time. So yeah, I guess for the Flatpak, rather than using Podman, use Docker, because now we actually get a terminal window. You can see installing basic packages. So it's setting up our Fedora 43 container here. And then once this is up and running, we can start installing things with the Fedora repos, the DNF package manager. You see some errors here. It doesn't like my fish shell prompt, the starship prompt, while we're inside the container here. But that really doesn't matter. So we're now able to do a sudo and DNF, and let's install something from the Fedora repos. Maybe I want, I don't know, a text editor, maybe Helix. let's do that. Yeah, and there you go. We're actually installing in DNF in Fedora. So we're installing from the Fedora repos. So, this is something kind of cool because depending on the distribution you're running, maybe you're running Debian. Debian's repos sometimes are old and crusty, and sometimes you want the latest software. Well, create a Fedora BoxBuddy or an Arch BoxBuddy or OpenSUSE or something that's a little more up to date. Now that we have that, if I run Helix, I believe Helix, the binaries HX, and .bash RC, and this is my .bash RC. We're actually, it says DT at Fedora 43. We're in that container, but if I do hx.bash RC, we're actually in my home directory. Yeah, and this is my bash RC that I can edit with Helix that I installed in the Fedora 43 distro box. How cool is that? Let me go ahead and quit out of that. Now that is obviously a command line application. Sometimes you're going to want GUI applications. So let's test a GUI install. Maybe sudo dnf install gedit. It's a GUI text editors. Since we're doing text editors, it's going to install all the necessary dependencies. Oh, well, there's a lot of dependencies for gedit. It's going to install, is it installing basically all of GNOME and GTK? Wow. Well, I mean, it's probably the first GUI package too we've installed in this container. So that would probably explain why there's so much it has to install. Had to install Pipewire and a lot of other stuff. Yeah, this could take a second. And the installation is complete. And if I do a gedit, and we'll also do my .bash RC, there you go. Let me float this so you can actually say this is gedit, right? Running on Fedora. Well, it's actually running on my Cache OS system. So this is actually running on my machine, but it installed it in this BoxBuddy. It installed it from the Fedora repos, but like right now it's using the Wayland display server on my system. So this is another thing, like if you're new to how some of this stuff works with distrobox, like if you have something that you think works better on X11 or Wayland, now but you think you can go install it on a a Debian system because it'll run on X11, but you're actually running Wayland on Arch. No, I'm running Wayland on Arch. This is running Wayland on Arch. But yeah, gedit, a really nice plain text editor. One of the ones I've used a lot in the past before I moved to Vim and eventually Emacs. So that is very cool. So let me close out of this. Actually, let me go ahead and just close this terminal here. Let me just exit out of this. One of the things you can do with the distro box is you can view applications. What applications do I have installed? Helix and gedit. And do you want to add it to your menu? So your system desktop menu on your host machine here, Cache OS. I have a menu system, even though I never use it. Obviously, I launch everything through Rofi, but because I use the dank material shell, it does have a built-in menu. I could uninstall it, but I keep it here. So, it has a drop-down kind of menu that you could go and find things and launch things through. So let me add gedit to the menu. It says app exported. And now if I go in here, so let me click on that and search for gedit on Fedora 43. There it is. If I click on it, it launches it. And so now I don't have to come back to BoxBuddy. I can just launch that directly from my menu system. So how cool is that? This is really neat. If you've never played around with DistroBox or the GUI front end to it, which is BoxBuddy, this is a cool way to go get some software that may or may not be on your distribution, or you just may not like the version that's on your distribution. Maybe it's too old, or in some cases, maybe it's too new. Well, go install. If you need older programs, go install Debian in BoxBuddy. If you need newer programs, go install Arch in BoxBuddy. If you got both of them, you kind of got the best of both worlds at that point. So there you have it, a very quick and cursory look at BoxBuddy, which is, again, a GUI front end to DistroBox. It allows you to install programs that are not in your repos, but are in another distribution's repos. Now, before I go, I need to thank a few special people. I need to thank the producers of this episode: Matt, Steve, George, Darloff, Lee, Mark, Methos, Urian, Peace Arch and Vador, Realities for Less, Roland, Wargento, and Ubuntu, and Willie. These guys, they're my highest tiered patrons over on Patreon. Without these guys, this quick look at BoxBuddy would not have been possible. The show is also brought to you by each and every one of these fine ladies and gentlemen as well. All these names you're seeing on the screen right now, these are all my supporters over on Patreon, because I don't have any corporate sponsors. I'm sponsored by you guys, the community. If you like my work, want to see more more videos about Linux and free and open source software like BoxBuddy. Subscribe to DistroTube over on Patreon. Peace, guys.